Hello friends, you're watching Demon God Gaming. Hope you guys doing well, and I'm back with another video. So in this video I'm going to talk about how to flick using Blight, but before that I'm going to turn off the gyro and I'm going to lower the sensitivity, because in Blight you don't need the gyro at all. I don't think that gyro is required, and you can do flicks in Blight using low sensitivity also. So at first I'm going to show you the low sensitivity trick. First I'm going to show you hug tech. So tiles like this shack tiles in Ormond, Macmillan and Auto Heaven, you can do hug tech very easily. They are buttery surface, they have buttery surface. So you have to align middle of your screen like this, and then you start dragging your screen diagonally downward. Yes, diagonally downward. You have to diagonally drag your screen downward to perform this kind of trick easily. By the way, if you don't drag your skin downward and drag like side by side, then this kind of hug tech happen, which is not hug tech, but you are just like traveling around the shack. Okay, so you have to always drag your screen downward if you want to like hug tech around the shack. So this is how you do the hug tech stuff. And if you can't hug tech, then this is the sorry, I mistake, I did wrong. I'm going to show you how to do the 90-degree flick. So if you don't have like can't hug tech around, then you have to drag your screen the moment you are about to hit the edge of the tile downward, so that you can turn quickly and then start your lunge, so you can do the hug tech very easily. Okay, now I'm going to increase the sensitivity to 200 and going to show you how or what happens when you use the 200 sensitivity to hug tech. So let's align the middle of the screen, and this is what happened when you are using high sensitivity. You can hug tightly, means you are going to hug the tile very close. Now let's do it again. See, I can hug as close as possible using 200 sensitivity. So you can go for high sensitivity, it's just going to help you to hug tighter. But if when hug tech will be removed in March, after that you don't need to use like 200 sensitivity all the time on Blight. So this is how you do the 90-degree flick, but I'm going to show you the process to do the 180 flick. And this side should be good, because you can do a 180 in the narrow sides. Okay, it's not possible because of the hook. Let's go to another tile. Okay, it's hard to do it on this tile, means on the shack, because of the hook. I can do it. Let's do it here. So to perform the 180 flick, you have to slam nearby object and you have to start dragging the downward, and you can do the 180 flick like this. But it's like a slight variant of 90-degree flick. Now how to do the proper 180? Okay, I missed again, sorry. I pressed the attack button way earlier. So you bump, you have to constantly drag the your screen downward, diagonally downward, left or right. Or you can do like, you can drag from a long distance on the screen, and you can do the 180 flick very easily. By the way, in higher tiers flicks does not work that much, so I prefer you go for the sorry, bump tech or bump logic mode. It means you bump on multiple objects to hit a survivor and place them on a position where you can hit them easily. Also on Blight, the flick logic is you have to first turn to the direction where you want to flick, then you start lunging. But actually flick means you turn then start your lunge, means Blight's lunge. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the S curve and Z curve. So now you have to position yourself to the direction where you want to do the S curve. Sorry, I missed the S curve. In this case, you start dragging your skin downward in the in a direction. Then you start lunge and change your direction of camera. I will mark the screen with markers to show you how to do that. First, right, then left. You have to do it very quickly if you want to down a survivor. The means it takes good amount of timing to perform them. Like you have to slide off like this, slide off like this. Now you have to start lunging and change your camera direction, and you will hit a survivor. But survivor most time will dodge it by getting inside the locker. You can do it like this. This one is a Z curve because you create a Z, which is called Z. Let's do it again. Okay, I missed it. Like your timing need to be very perfect and precise to perform it. Let's do it again. Okay, and with Blight you don't need any turn rate add-on. I don't think any add-on is required. You can go for the speed add-ons. Now let's go for the S curve. Bump, same. When start lunging, you change the direction. This kind of curves are totally useful against those servers who go for the pallet drop or like mind game around the window. But I prefer on these styles always go for normal M1 killer style, because Blight at the end of the day is the M1 killer. So if you are confident around the tiles where you can go for the M2, go for them. But around the tiles where you don't think that the survivor is M2able, go there, go with the playstyle of a M1 killer. Also, Blight can't do the hug take on every tile. He can only hug take Ormond, Macmillan maps, Auto Heaven map, and game. I found that on those maps he can do the hug take very easily. So the moment right now using hug take, you can literally curve this tile very perfectly. Like what you have to do, you have to bump, then you have to do the hug take very tightly. Like this, you can curve and hit like this. But like I don't go for hug take that much because I think bump logic is better. Okay, I missed. Like you have to go wide actually to do it. Like learning Blight is easy if you know the if you master the bump logic, but like going for this kind of trick like the hug take trick is very tough. You have to time it very well. This trick I can perform very well. I tried to do it many times, but it doesn't happen. I always hit that pallet. I don't hit a survivor. It's very tough to do. Yeah, I can do it. Let's leave it here. Other thing you can do like the normal bump logic, like you slam here. Oh, okay, this one happened very good. This one was better than other ones. Let's try it again. A little bit improvement while recording this video. Okay. Now what happened? You hugged so tightly, and when you're about to hit, when you're about to direct, you lunge and go hit like this. You can do it, but good Blight players can do it. I'm not that good at Blight, and I don't want to be good at Blight. Okay, let's stop. Now let's talk about the bump logic a little bit. So bump logic means you have to place the survivor the place where you want to hit them. So plus I slam here. Now I see where the survivor is going, then slam again to like mind game, and then I go this direction. If you have a close object, go for the close object. I am going for wide, then go this or hit like that. You can mind game another tiles with the Blight. Let me go and check a tile. So this is a short wall jungle gym. Now you can mind game like this, a double bump, then but one thing happens. Even if the survivor vaults the window slow vault, this piece of wood is going to block your way. So on this kind of tiles, you have to go a little bit wider, like slam, then again slam, survivor vaults, then you go a little. Okay, sorry, I collided with. You have to go a little wide, then you you have to drag your skin downward to go for the 90-degree flick. Let's do it again. Okay, this is how you do counter this kind of vault location. Now what happened if survivors don't vault this location? Like they can just change their direction because they know that you are not going to 90-degree flick there. So in that case you have to position the survivor inside the loop like this. You bump here, they're inside, you then bump and change your direction and go hit. By the way, miss hit by you have to hit by the pallet, like you have to go by the pallet to hit the survivor. In this kind of tiles, always try to have the survivor inside the tile, not outside the tile, and don't use flicks in tiles like TL wall or long wall jungle gym, because on those tiles survivors always position themselves outside the tile, and except shack. In shack you can go for the outside flick, but in case of T wall, TL wall or long wall jungle gym, on those tiles always try to hold the server inside the tile so that you can go bump and hit them using the bump logic. But if they are not inside the tile, they are positioning themselves always outside the tile, just go play like a M1 killer. Don't try to M2 them. Okay. Now, how we are going to practice these flakes or how to play Blight? The simple option I can give you: go to a custom lobby, use bots, or if you have good survivor friends who can counter you very well, ask them to play against your Blight, and go to maps like Larry's. Another map is Pale Rose, Larry's Pale Rose. You can also go play around Vadham. Vadham is a very bad map for Blight, Hillbilly, and many killers, because they are very strong tiles interconnecting and you can't do the flick thing around most of the tiles. And go play without perks, okay? And that's it for today. See you all next time.
To the age of cybernetics.